Hello, today I'm going to explain my web technology fit lab experiment, and the questions given are: we have to enable the DOM elements and the events that we have to link with the HTML code, and we need to find out what are the different things. First one is to try to function that accepts a string as parameter and find the longest word within the string. And here is the output. First one, here I have taken the function as the longest word, and when I type the text, that returns me the longest source code. Here I have entered the text from the user, and this gives me the largest value. Now this is a function that I have written. Here first I'm checking for the str.replace. I'm checking for the possible number of characters which could be there, and then running a for loop till the string length and finding the word. Here I have declared word offset and max offset. Word offset will help me to take the maximum number of words, and the maximum length 0. Now here I'm checking if the maximum offset is equal to the word offset, then maximum length is being substituted as I minus word offset plus 1, and hence I'm returning the string length. The output can be shown as, for example, if I type my name, now the largest value is this, because out of these two words my maximum length word is this one. The second question is the BMI calculator. It says that the person should enter the weight and height in the text boxes, and accordingly when a button is clicked the BMI should be calculated, and also the person should be denominated as the following: underweight, normal, overweight or obese. So here is the code. Here I have written my HTML snippet, and this is the logic where the person clicks on click in the calculate function. Here calculate. The height and weight are being taken from the document.getElement.id from the respective IDs which I have given. BMI is calculated according to a formula, and then I am just checking the following conditions as given in the question using the if-else statement. This can be shown as, suppose I enter the weight in kilograms as 65 and height in meters as 5.2 and get BMI. Here the BMI is something 2 and body type is underweight. So accordingly I'll get it. The third question is the flower garden. Here I have written the HTML snippet as it takes a number of rows and columns. Now this is a plant garden kind of a scenario in which the images should appear simultaneously, like one image after the other should be appearing according to the number of the rows and columns which I have entered. Now to see the output, suppose I enter 3 and I enter 2. When I click on plant garden, I get the alternative pictures that was given in the question. How should we get it? And this was done using this code. Rows and columns, these are the text boxes. Now on click it goes to the grow function. The function grow has a array which has the two images which are stored in the array. That is the up, and then the upper bound. These are the variables which I have taken, and then a var number like mat.random into upper bound plus lower bound. This helps us to generate a number between 1 to 10. between 1 to 10, it will help me to generate a number. And then using the for loop, I am running the statement where document that get element by id dot inner html plus equal to, now this is to input the image in the specified area, and again the second image. Hence in this way we get the simultaneous images as we have seen. Then the fourth question is the wait in area, in which what we have to do is we need to write the convert function that takes the value of the text input and converts it in the unit selected. Like that, two drop down boxes, and in the text box we enter the data, and from the drop down box we select what is the value which we have to input, and accordingly a value should be calculated in the following unit. Like the code is convert, input type is text, id as I have given data. Now this is a text box where the user enters his data. Then select id from, where option value first is given as kg and second is given as pounds. To the second id is 2, where option value is pounds to kg. And then on click convert, the convert function is as where index is equal to document dot get element id from selected index. So the selected index value, this is a keyword which we have used, selected index, and where value is equal to document dot get element by id from index dot value. Index is this, and this we are substituting over here, and dot value, the value will be asked. Where current is the value which we have taken from the text box, document dot get element by id data dot value. Now we are using a switch condition 0 or 1, and accordingly we are multiplying the value. Suppose if we have to convert from kg to pounds, so we are multiplying with a specific number, and then if we have to convert from pounds to kg, again it is multiplied using a specific number, and then the answer is displayed in the answer span. Here we have a span id answer, and here we are displaying the answers. The fourth question is the coin flip. Here you have to write a JavaScript code to randomly change the src of an image in the HTML snippet to heads or tails. Now this question is all about like when a button is clicked, then the image should change accordingly, like heads or tails, and also it should give me the number of times that heads and tails are appearing. For this, what I have done is, now this is a heads or tails, this is the HTML snippet, heads total, now this is a span id given, and tails total, again a span id given. In my script I have added an event listener to my button. I had added an event to my button, where on the button click this flip function is also being called. That means because of this event listener, more than one event can be generated at a time, and here we need to have a total count. So where heads and tails are given as 0 initially, but then in the flip function where ht is equal to hit, means where ht is hit here, mat.float 2 into mat.random. Mat.random into 2, this generates a value either 0 or 1. So accordingly case 0 or case 1 I'm like increasing heads plus plus tails plus plus, and accordingly I'm displaying it in the span id, number of heads, number of tails, and the image is also being changed. Now this can be shown accordingly, like suppose this is the connect scenario, heads or tails. Now I have this picture over here. Now when I flip, total heads is 1, tails 1, 2, tails 2, and accordingly when I keep pressing, the pictures get changing and the values keeps on increasing. The sixth experiment is the pizza order form, in which we are calculating the amount. Like first is we are given three options in the text box. First is a small pizza, medium pizza and a large pizza. Then an additional tax is 9% which has to be added, that is given as a tip. That is a tax which has to be added, and also the user has to pay a tip of 10 to 20% on the total cost after adding the tax. Okay, and these taxes are given us as an option of 10%, 20% or 15%. Now I'll show you the HTML snippet here. First, the pizza order form, number of small pizza in a text box, number of medium pizza another text box, large pizza another text box. Now calculation of tip, here like the value is taken from a radio button. Like there are three options given. First is like input type is equal to radio, value is 10, name is tip. The same name tip is given to all the three, name is tip and 10%. The input type radio, value 15, name tip, this is checked already, and again the same for 20%. Now if we calculate submit, it has to calculate the order and then the cost of order. Now here what happens is document.getElement by ID, submit is I think for the button. My button is this, yes, ID button, add event listener, click.order. Now order, it calls the order function, where I take the values of the three text boxes, and the tip is calculated from the radio button as document.querySelector, input in brackets name is equal to tip, and then check.value. Whichever is checked, that's value will be taken. Okay, because name we are using, generally we have been using ID, but here we are using the name, because here also we have given name is equal to tip, name is equal to tip. Then total we are calculating, on that total we have to also add the tip, and then total is equal to total plus total tip, and finally the price has to be given. This can be shown as, suppose I order small number of pizzas as 6, medium pizzas as 8, large number of pizzas as 11, tip I give as 20%, and when I press the button calculate order, it gives me price 7,920. So the total cost order is also taken. Hence with this my fifth lab experiment is completed. Thank you.